The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on. I think
He missed the complete that. He's crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield before. He slides through. He tags Richard.
History in the making tonight as J.R. Shepherd looks to claim an unprecedented 5th championship. Time to hit the beach for some Saturday night short track racing in America. The Outlaw Modified Series takes on New Smyrna for the final race in this 11-round campaign. Coming at you live from the Sunshine State for tonight's action, hello and welcome to another edition of the Bootleg Racing League on the global SimRacing channel and iRacing Live. Sean Ambrose here with Dawson Brock, high up in the press box to bring you all of the action tonight. Back in our spacious TV production truck for GSRC is the hardest working man in Sim Motorsports broadcasting, the one, the only, Joe Peak, twisting and tweaking the dials for us tonight. And of course, the Ansel Adams of iRacing, our much sought after camera guru, Dougie Beard. Last week at Lanier National Speedway, Donnie Moore, try as he might, follow J.R. Shepherd to another victory in the Bootleg Racing League. It was a punishing race that only saw one caution and J.R. take the lead early. It was all he needed to grab another win on the season and pretty much seal up another championship. We still have to run the race tonight, and nothing is being awarded until the final checkered flag flies on this season. I bring in my partner, Dawson Brock. Dawson, good evening and welcome to New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Why don't you give us a little bit of info about this very historic New Smyrna Speedway?
Sure thing, Sean. New Smyrna, located just a few miles from its gigantic neighbor, Daytona International Speedway. It's a high-banked half-mile that hosts everything from modifieds to late models to even sprint cars. New Smyrna was also a popular testing track for NASCAR teams until the recent testing ban. But the best way to get an idea of what it's like is to jump on board and take a few laps around New Smyrna.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Sim Racing Channel. My name is Brian Yazek and I'm going to be taking you for a spin around New Smyrna Raceway in the GSRC SK Modified. Turn 1 has a heck of a lot of banking into it. Dive it down, find that yellow line, watch the bumps. The other thing you're going to be paying attention for, as you see right there out of Turn 2, it's very, very slick with the way that the track falls away. Same situation down into 3 and 4. Find the yellow line, come back up. There's a little bump out of Turn 4 that might upset the car just a bit if you have another one on the outside of you. Diving back into Turn 2 again, bringing it right all the way out to this wall. Make sure that you don't hit it because it comes out in a way that you don't expect it to. Coming around once again, Turn 4, find the yellow line. You're going to have to be careful on corner exits. You'll see right here, it could sneak away from you and you could find yourself facing the inside wall in a heartbeat. Turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are pretty much the same scenario. This track has a lot of banking for a short track. It means it's going to put on a heck of a show today, and this is where we're going to wrap it up. Coming out of Turn 4 for the final time underneath the start-finish line, and that completes your track guide to New Smyrna Raceway.
And there is a recorded lap around New Smyrna Speedway. But to get an idea what the track is looking like right now, let's talk to a guy who put in one win here this evening and see how the Ford Motorcraft SK Modified is running this evening. J.R. Shepherd, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing great, Sean. Hope you guys are doing well.
We are. Now you got you a big win in the street stock, fell a little bit short in the truck race. But what does New Smyrna feel like this evening?
It's a little bit warm and definitely gets slick after you get about 5 laps on your tires. So I hope the bottom groove stays decent so we can get some side-by-side racing, but I really think the high side's going to prevail tonight.
Ah, the mysterious high side. So you really think there is going to be some racing up there? Well, this half-mile track has certainly proved in the past, if you've got a car set up that can run on the high side and pass cars, you've got a winner on your hands. So what's the plan?
I hope we can get a decent start, a good clean start, and maybe we can just be patient, save some tires for the end of the race, because this track is slick tonight, so you're definitely going to have all the grip you can for the end of the race.
All right, I got to ask you. Obviously, you've wrapped this championship up. There's not much drama left in that. How do you race when you know that that's been taken care of? I mean, you still get out there with the same mentality to throttle it and come away with a win, or I don't know. Do you race a little bit, maybe a little guarded? I don't know. Tell us.
Yeah, I think as a racer, you definitely want to go out and run the best that you can and try to win the race for sure. And racing with these guys, they're great racers. It's a lot of fun to be around them on the racetrack. So we definitely want to go out and have fun and try to put the car up front.
Now, I notice we've got both Shinotskis here this evening, Tim and Matt. I think that's the first time this season that we've had them back on track together. You look for them to possibly pose a threat.
Yes, for sure. I think Tim, last time we were here, was one of the fastest cars on the track, and so far in practice he's been the same. So I think both of those guys are going to be tough.
Well, JR, listen, we bugged you enough. We're going to get a chance to talk to you again before the evening's over. Hop back in the car, turn a few more laps, and we'll talk to you in just a little bit. Have a great race, my friend.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good broadcast.
All right, Dawson, and that was J.R. Shepard, driver of the number 98 Ford Motorcraft, SK Modified. J.R. never gets too excited one way or the other, so little even keel. It's probably why he wins a lot of races, to be honest with you. What do the season standings look like right now?
Well, as we obviously know, J.R. Shepard out in front with 127 total points. Right behind him, Donnie Moore, back by 13. That's probably not going to be enough to get it done tonight. Then in third place, Lowell Jewell, 36, back from Shepard, and then Jeff Sharp and John Hine to wrap out your top 5. Now, as we know, it's pretty set in stone now, so you might see tonight, maybe we can see some guys take some more risks. You're not really worried about making a mistake that'll kind of mess up your points. The points are pretty much set. There's not going to be too many moves, so maybe we see some guys take some chances, do some stuff that you wouldn't normally see.
You know what? Agreed. I think that's certainly possible. We do have, like I said, the Shinotskis are here. They've not been able to race all season. John Hine's been awful hot. Already got one win, his first win in his Bootleg Racing League career. And I think there's a few guys out here that look to maybe make a run to the top. Everything's on the line tonight, but not much as far as the points go. Wins are on the line this evening and bragging rights. But before we get started with that and then talking more about the race, we've introduced this track. We talked to JR and took a look at the point standings. Why don't you talk to the fans about the race details for the evening?
Right, so tonight we get to see the SK Modified. It's a little less than the Tour Modified that you'll see here on the iRacing sim, but the SK Modified, it provides a lot of great racing. We have a fixed setup. The grid, it's going to be inverted top 10 from last week's results, so you'll see last week's winner, J.R. Shepard, should be starting in the 10th spot. And the race is 100 laps, no pit stops, one quick repair, so only one mistake, and hopefully you don't find yourself too many laps down and have to make that ground back up. Double file restarts and the lucky dog, that'll be your only way to get back on the lead lap tonight.
All right, and boy, you can't ever take tires on those modifieds. You don't get a break there. If you do, a penalty will be ensued. But listen, next week, and we've got to wrap up this champion tonight, but I don't want anyone to forget that we've got the second annual champion shootout next Saturday night live here on the Global Sim Racing channel. That will air at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And really looking forward to that. The champion shootout is a big event, and you'll see past champions, current champions there, and it'll be a fun evening. So looking forward to having you all there. We don't have any penalties from the last race, which is a good thing, and that means that right now we have 14 cars out there practicing. And qualifying, well, we don't have to worry about it here because, like Dawson just mentioned, we are inverting the grid from last week's finish. The top 10 will, in fact, flip around, and we'll get that started there. So, Dawson, I know you haven't been around the Bootleg Racing League too long, but if you were thinking about a favorite tonight, now would be a good time to pick one. What do you think?
Well, we heard JR talk about Shinosky, and Tim Shinosky's fast here. We've seen him in warm-ups. I'm going to pick him. I think he might be able to make something happen. He'll have to start in the back, but maybe he can work his way up. He said he was fast here last time they came here. Maybe he can see if he can drive his car right up to the front this time.
Well, you know, Tim's not a bad pick. He did win the truck race just before this, and that's not a bad horse to ride. You know, the street stock race was actually won by J.R. Shepard, so he's already got himself a win tonight. Working on another one there. Shinosky sitting there in the pits. That's the 07. That's the middle car right there. But I think he feels like he's got enough laps in. J.R. Shepard on his 33rd lap of practice right now. There you have the car of David Loomis on screen. There's J.R. That quick lane Ford Motorcraft SK Modified. And JR has won a lot of races here in the Bootleg Racing League. As I said in the open, an unprecedented 5th championship tonight. Unfortunately, no one is going to be able to topple him. He's here. He's going to start the race, and mathematically he has clinched. So not much drama there in the points. As we said earlier, wins. Lowell Jewell with a bounce-back season. Currently 3rd in points. He'll probably hang on to that. And Lowell, honestly, not been a big player in the points battles here the past few seasons. So good to see him have a solid run this season. And who knows, maybe a win is coming this evening. We talk about favorites, drivers tonight. I like your pick of Tim Shinosky. You know, Dustin Powers, although in practice hasn't shown a lot of speed, that driver has been fast ever since he showed up here. And I'll go out on a limb and say maybe Dustin's got a shot at this one tonight. It's a beautiful evening. It's partly cloudy here, and 85 degrees outside, 85 degrees on track. That means it could get a little bit slick out here as the run goes on. I know JR said about 5 laps. Well, you got to run 100, so you don't want to fight too hard, do you, Dawson?
No, that's going to be a big part. I think the heat and the slickness of the track, that's going to play a big part into how much you want to save your tires versus how much you can. With JR, he's going to be starting around that 10th, 8th, 10th spot. He's going to have to work his way up, but you want to be able to pace yourself so that you have them tires later on. Now, he did say something about the high side. Your high side will probably save a little bit more of your tires, but I'm not sure if that'll be the preferred line right away. Maybe after that low side starts to get rubber on it and maybe a little heat, maybe that high side will be the quicker route around it. It'll be interesting to see how much people use that as a passing lane and maybe even a preferred lane later on.
Yeah, you know what? I love it when you see a modified that can run up top, like I was saying to JR, and make passes. You know, this is a fixed setup league, so everybody running with the same setup. Kind of hard for one car to be, let's say, faster than the other. It really comes down to driving line and driver skill. So we'll see who has that this evening. But when we've seen these tracks with multiple grooves and side-by-side racing, it always provides an entertaining night for us. And I don't think it's going to be any different tonight. Yeah, there's much drama left with the championship, but a pretty good amount of drama on who's going to win this thing tonight. So this is, as I've always said in the past, this is a great way to build momentum into next season. It won't start next week. We will get that week off for the Champions Shootout. But again, the best way to get yourself ready for next season is to win the last race of this season. So, buddy, we got about 30 seconds left here before we start to grid up. I'm excited. The crowd is excited. As you can see, the two-dimensional fans have packed the stands there in the corners of the track, and it looks like they're ready to go. I know you already picked Tim Shinosky. You know, his brother Matt, not a slouch. So we'll see what he can do. A couple boys from Pennsylvania there. You know, we hadn't even mentioned Donnie Moore, to be honest with you. Donnie on track. Hadn't talked about him. I mean, he is going to finish second in the points, and he has done everything he could, short of winning, to get this championship. The wins just have not been there, and it's been a tough ride for him. He did lead this championship at one point, but JR made a mid to late season charge and brought it in. So let's run down the grid for you here. 14 cars starting tonight in the Bootleg Racing League, the Outlaw 100 here from New Smyrna Speedway. John Hine going to start on the pole with Dustin Powers.
In the third spot, you'll have Lucas Cinziano, and outside of him, it will be Lowell Jewell.
All right, row 3 going to be David Loomis and Jeff Sharp.
Following them, Brian Dane and Donnie Moore.
Row 5, J.R. Shepard and Jeff Kendrick.
Now outside the top 10, 11th spot will go to Matt Shinosky, and outside of him, Mike Holloway.
All right, and row 7, the last two drivers tonight, Tim Shinosky, Chip Dickert. Now, if Tim is going to win this race, he's going to have to come from all the way downtown to do it, so we'll see. Here we go around on the backstretch now, ready to go. John Hine going to be your starter this evening on point. Dustin Powers right there on the outside. I like this. It's good for Dustin. We're going to go around one more time here. Get everybody ready. Already a couple cars trying to put a little heat in the tires here. Lucas Dinziano with a start up front tonight. Watch out for him. He could be a big player before this is all said and done. Jeff Sharp looking for a win. David Loomis. He could be a first-time winner tonight. We'll see. The pace car, though, into turn 3. We're getting ready to let her rip here in the Outlaw 100. John Hine going to lead him down here. Looking maybe for a second win. And here we go. The pace car is in. The green flag is out. John Hine gets out to a great start. Down into 1. Powers going to keep it up there. High, wide, and handsome. Stinziano fighting on the bottom with Lowell Jewell. Ooh, look at the run Powers got off at turn 2. Already on the attack there. Outside of Hine. Rolls it up the track. Hine going to get around. Lead this first lap.
David Loomis looking to that high side. He's not going to be able to make the pass, but Stinziano just in front of him will.
Dustin Powers with trouble up front. He slaps the ball. Lowell Jewell going to get around. Still trying to hang on to it. He's spinning down on the low side. Able to reel it in. Oof. Boy, that was close. John Hine now off to a break here. Lowell Jewell up to second. Donnie Moore up to third. We've got it on replay. You see Powers there on the bottom. The 25 gets down near the apron, and the car gets around. The transition between the apron and the track gets him down to the grass, stays out of the racing groove. Everybody able to get by. Only damage done are all the positions he lost. Second, back to the back of the field, basically. Lets everybody get by. Side-by-side racing back here. J.R. Shepard working his way up through the field. Already up to 6th. 3 spots gained by J.R. Shepard and spinning behind him. Poor Lucas Stinziano goes around there. Dawson, it looks like Lucas just got a little loose there coming off the exit of the turn. Rear end going to step out on him. We'll see him go across the start-finish line there on the inside. And right there in the middle of the turn, Dawson, the car steps out on him.
I was thinking maybe he would have caught the apron, but that doesn't look like it. It looked like it was just a self-spin. That's,
Yeah, he just loses a little bit of grip. You'll see it from Brian Dean's camera. He just starts to lose grip there, and right there in the center of the turn, it goes around. Very lucky Brian Dean gets by him without catching that left front. Well, Lucas going to get to restart from the back of the field now. We've already seen several positions turned over. Fortunately, nobody gets injured there. No wave arounds this time. We got a good quick 6 laps in, and we settle down here for our first caution flag of the night. John Hine, your leader, Lowell Jewell up to second, so they'll start on the front row. Donnie Moore and Jeff Sharp will start on row 2. Now, where has J.R. Shepard gone? Well, he's gone up to 6th already. Dawson up 3 spots, and we'll sit on row 3 to restart this slowly or quickly. Take your pick, making his way up to the front.
Yeah, he's just pacing himself. You got to take care of them tires, and I think you might see Stinziano have a little bit of a problem with that little spin that you have there. It actually takes off quite a bit of the tire. I know in other series it's kind of mandatory. If you spin the car or you suck up the tires, you'd better come and take tires. But you can't do that here and can't take that penalty.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't change tires. You got to ride them out. So, got to be a little kinder to them. We'll expect Lucas will do that when we get restarted. But again, John Hine is the man, and I believe the second, third week in a row he's run this American Red Cross paint scheme on that SK Modified, supporting everybody's disaster relief efforts there in Florida and in Texas. Appreciate him running that paint scheme. A lot of people affected by that. Nice to see Lowell Jewell and his Favelin SK Modified up front here. A little screen time for Lowell, for the boss. We'll be talking to him again before this evening is over. The lights are out on the pace car, and we get ready to go again. Going to restart here, lap 11 when they cross the line. All right, Dawson, here we go. Everybody is ready. See what John Hine can do with Lowell Jewell. He got off to a great start. Jumped out in front of the field. And here we go. The pace car is in, and Hine at the line is gone. Back on the loud pedal across the line. He's going to lead it down into turn 1. Lowell Jewell looking for an opportunity to slip in. He's going to do it right there. Gets around Donnie Moore. Now looks to the inside of Hine. He's going to back out of it just a little bit behind, staying up in the middle of the track. Jewell slides up just in front of the 73 of Jeff Sharp. Lowell still hanging on there in second. Donnie Moore struggling just a little bit behind him. Moore left to deal with Jeff Sharp. Lowell still looking for an opportunity to maybe pass Hine here. Hine did not get quite the break he did when this race started, Dawson.
Donnie Moore able to finally get past Jeff Sharp. Now J.R. Shepard trying to work the high side behind him. He will just fall in line. David Loomis going to follow Sharp.
Lowell Jewell for the lead. Lowell Jewell for the lead. Sorry there, Dawson. When he makes contact with John Hine. Oh, little side-by-side action there between Lowell Jewell and John Hine since
now
Hine the track.
Hine is around and contact.
Looks like maybe a little bit of contact with David Loomis.
Stinziano on his roof.
Okay, here we go on the replay. Loomis is back there in that 91. That's the green, blue and green car there. Oh, there goes. There's Hine up the track. He comes back down. And you'll see Loomis there on the inside. It comes up and gets that left front wheel. Makes contact. And oh, there's Stinziano going over the 27. Goes hard up into the wall.
It looked like Loomis just got into the turn a little bit too much, and he just got on the brakes a little too late.
Boy, a lot of cars affected by that too. Mike Holloway and Jeff Kendrick all having to come in for their repairs. Brian Dean. Wow. John Hine left there smoking on pit lane. Stinziano obviously had to come in.
A lot of quick repairs here early on, just 15 laps in.
I guess that was a new Smyrna big one.
Yeah.
We don't generally get those, but occasionally we have the big one here in the Bootleg Racing League, and boy, that was a tough one. That's going to bring J.R. Shepard up to 4th now. Lowell Jewell going to get to restart this race from the point. Donnie Moore will find himself in the front row now. Donnie coming up the furthest through the field. He started 8th. He'll start on the front row to get this race back underway. Like you said, Dawson, this is early days in this race. Couple cautions already. Get a chance to restart it, and well, everybody taking up positive spots in the field right now. John Hines, Stinziano, Jeff Kendrick, all still sitting on pit lane.
An unfortunate way to kind of wrap up the season for them guys. I'm sure they'll get back out on track here, but they will be laps down.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they all had to take a tow and are just still sitting there. There we go. Stinziano, I think he's back underway. Yes, Stinziano making his way back out, I think. No, he's still stationary. My time and scoring was lying to me. The pace car, the lights are off. Lowell Jewell, Donnie Moore lining up. J.R. Shepard, Jeff Sharp lining up. They are ready to go. So are we. So is that Ford Mustang pace car. It's going to come out of turn 3 here and look to the inside of the track to pull onto the pit lane. Lowell Jewell looks to get him restarted here. Nice and easy. Easy. And it's off. And Lowell at the line is away. The green flag is out. He's going to lead lap 20. Lowell Jewell to the front. J.R. Shepard already fighting to the top side. There's JR looking on the top groove, just like he talked about in the pre-race interview. Donnie Moore looking good down on the bottom. Got to hold it down there. He's got JR right next to him. Donnie got a little bit tight there, and that allows JR Shepard to get by down into 1. There's Stinziano coming out of the pit now. I see that on the bottom of the screen there. Lowell Jewell just hanging on as much as he can. I see Tim Shinofsky back there riding up in that high groove, trying to get some passing done. He's got Jeff Sharp in his sights right now. Followed by David Loomis. Sharp a little bit loose there on the bottom. Oh, Lowell Jewell in trouble coming out of turn 2.
Shepard ends up getting into the wall, just going to scrape up a little bit on the side of his modified.
Lowell doing a good job of hanging on to it, man. He almost lost it big time. And J.R. Shepard seems to have recovered, but that has brought Donnie Moore knocking on his door. Donnie looking on the inside. Lowell really running that middle groove right now. Doesn't seem to like that bottom side of the track. Oh, and we're hearing Tim Shinofsky. He had a tank slapper and really just flattened out the right side on his modified. Still digging though, Shinofsky hanging on to that 5th spot.
Shepard's still looking for ways to get around Jewell, but Jewell's running that middle groove, not high, not low, so it's going to be tough. We'll have to see what he can come up with to get around him. This looks like he's going to try and go to the inside of Lowell Jewell.
Yeah, oh boy, and Lowell gets a little bit of momentum there off the center. JR gets caught down there in the bottom and doesn't get the run he wanted through the bottom of the turn. Oh boy, and that's brought Donnie Moore up alongside him. Something tells me JR really would like to be back up top where he was. And there he goes.
Meanwhile, behind them, Shinofsky was able to get around Sharp for the 4th position.
So here comes Tim. Obviously the right side not quite as banged up as we might have thought it was. A little scuffed up, but not bad. Shinofsky, a former winner here, would certainly like to go out on a good note this season. Hasn't been able to run all these races because of real-life racing commitments this season, but boy, 4th place, not a bad place to be right now. He started 13th. Remember, had to come from all the way downtown to get this done. On board with Donnie Moore following there. Following J.R. Shepard. Shepard being patient right now, taking care of the tires. Lowell Jewell got a nice line around this track, still holding off JR. Again, I think this might be a situation where JR just taking care of the car. We've got a long way to go here. Lap 30. Oh, Lowell slides up right there out of the groove, Dawson.
Yeah, he's doing a great job so far, able to hold off the top 2 points guys this season in Shepard and Moore.
Ooh, Chinosky back there took a run there at Donnie Moore. Speaking of
Yellow
runs,
flag.
there is a yellow. Oh, it's Lucas Spinziano spins coming out of turn 2. Right in front of Jeff Kendrick as he was coming by. Spinziano going to tow back to the pit. We've got the replay. The Foo Fighters SK Modified. Spin it right there, and Lucas decides to go ahead and tow her in. Tough break for him. I know Lowell Jewell doesn't mind seeing that caution flag. He is in the lead. Not a bad place to be when the caution comes out. Jeff Kendrick going to get our wave by here. That will get one of his laps back. He's currently 4 laps down. So small way to climb back onto the lead lap, and I don't know, we might see another caution or two. He might be able to get in this thing yet.
John Heim, he was able to get his machine back out on track. Good to see him.
Yeah, boy, and I honestly thought John might have had a shot at winning this one, but boy, he's 16 laps back. I think that's going to be a little tough. I don't anticipate we're going to have 16 more caution flags. I hope not. Jeez.
Oh, it'd be a long night.
The caution flag 100 at New Smyrna this evening. No, but they are they're having a good one here so far. Again, Lowell Jewell still your leader. We'll run down here the top 5. Lowell Jewell, J.R. Shepard, Donnie Moore, Tim Chinosky, and Jeff Sharp still hanging on to the top 5 here. Mike Holloway's had a good run up through the field. He's currently 6th, started 12th today.
Chip Dickert, he started in the last spot on track. He's up to 9th.
Yeah, and you know what? There's another driver that certainly could be a contender this evening. Chip, we've seen him. We've seen him run up near the front. It's always been bad luck for him. Things don't always seem to work out for the Carolina driver. Maybe tonight is his night. We'll see. I still think this race belongs to anybody at this point. The lights will go out on the pace car this time by. They should anyway, and
Yep.
They do. So everybody going to line up here again. That front row going to be Lowell Jewell, J.R. Shepard to get him restarted. The JR has been strong on that top side. We'll see here on the restart what he does. Lowell gets to set the tone, though. Last time Lowell went to that commitment line and then got on the pedal there as soon as that pace car was off, and like I said, at that commitment line. So we'll see what he does here. The pace car getting ready to peel off now. They left a lot of distance. Lowell keeping him slow, and there he goes. He's on it. Lowell Jewell. Lowell Jewell through the first and second turn. Still your leader, J.R. Shepard, having a little trouble right behind him.
Tim Chinosky trying to make something happen. He just slides in behind Moore. Now behind him, Mike Holloway and Jeff Sharp, and we have a caution out. Jeff Kendrick.
Boy, and that was another big one there, and didn't start with Kendrick. I think it started with Chip Dickert. He actually, Chip made a little bit of contact with Dustin Powers. Oof. And he catches Kendrick as Kendrick was coming by. John Hine also involved in that. On board with Dustin Powers. We'll see the contact here. Just down there on the inside, and it's just a little tap there on the left rear of Chip Dickert. Sends him around. And craziness ensues. John Hine taking a hard hit. I don't know that he's going to be able to recover from that. The car already spent a significant time in the pit. Obviously, he's used that fast repair at this point. He's all on his own down there. They'll have to repair it. Hopefully, we can get him back on track before this is over.
I believe that's the same story with Jeff Kendrick. He also was involved in that early caution.
So, a little bit of attrition this evening here at New Smyrna in the final round. Not used to seeing a lot of that here at New Smyrna. It's a pretty wide open track. You can get out here and run. We have been, to this point, not able to see that run established. A little bit back and forth. Again, Lowell Jewell doesn't mind that at all. He's going to get a chance again to restart as the leader. Really no movement there on that last segment. We went caution to caution. I don't think anybody changed positions except for the ones that were lost due to the accident.
Yeah, Lowell, he's been getting great starts, and so far it's been very consistent, and he's just been able to outdo Shepard.
Yeah, and at times Shepard seems to have struggled with the grip, the handling. Makes you wonder if maybe he has used up a little bit of those tires chasing Lowell and trying to keep Donnie Moore behind him. So a real hornet's nest up there. Don't give up on Tim Shinosky, though. The 07 has looked strong this evening. Tim looking to get another win here in the Bootleg Racing League. All right, so here are your top five. Lowell Jewell, J.R. Shepard, Donnie Moore, Tim Shinosky, and Mike Holloway. Holloway started 12th today. And here we go. The lights are out. Everybody going to line up here and get ready to go again. Look for Donnie Moore maybe to make a move here on the restart. Try and keep JR up there on the top side where he said he wanted to be, where he thought he could maybe get something done. He'll make this restart interesting. He's got Shinosky right behind him. I'm sure Tim will be pushing hard. Here comes the pace car through the middle of the turn. Going to pull off now. Lowell Jewell, it's up to you, and you are gold, baby. Out of the turn, across the start-finish line, Lowell Jewell, your leader. J.R. Shepard going to come right along with them. Donnie Moore just there on the inside, Dawson.
Got Jewell off to another great start. This time, Shepard going to get back to his bumper, and Donnie Moore going to make the move down low. And look at that high side. All that momentum. Now Shinosky will be able to get on the outside of Donnie Moore.
Boy, Donnie looked like he had a chance to get in there and loses it. And there goes Shinosky on the top side trying to get by Donnie Moore. Really, really nice run off the top there for Shinosky. Up front, Lowell Jewell has trouble with coming out of 4, gets a little bit of a piece of it. Everybody running a different line right now all over the track. JR still trying to catch Lowell. Shinosky back here, still in third. Lowell, that's the second time he did that in turn 4. He rolls up to the top, breaks JR's momentum. I think Lowell Jewell might know exactly what he's doing here.
Yeah, I like his line. It's kind of a defensive line. It's not allowing JR to get a good enough run to get alongside of him. He's just killing his momentum as he comes out of the turn.
It's almost like he's taking the wide way around the track, but still. And that didn't help. No,
there they go.
Oh,
Shepard
no.
on his roof.
Oh, this is a mess. Basically, the whole field just got collected in that. Maybe a wreck unlike we've seen before. Lowell Jewell, contact with that outside wall, clips J.R. Shepard. Everybody runs through that. I think Jeff Kendrick was the only one who didn't hit anything. Here's the replay. You see JR down there on the bottom. Lowell's going to clip the wall, come across the track, just gets JR. JR up on his top side. Tim Shinosky catches it there. Mike Holloway, Donnie Moore trying to come through. Everybody, Chip Dickert in the 04. I think he might have had the ARCA brakes on that SK Modified, actually. Chip come through a little hot there. And there's the white car in the back. That's the 62 of Jeff Kendrick. He was the only one who didn't hit anything there. And we had several cars come in already for repair. And boy, this is going to be an interesting situation. Lots of cars taking heavy damage.
Looks like Jeff Sharp has decided to stay out. He feels that his machine is okay to continue.
Well, that's going to slide Brian Dean up to the lead. Now, Brian had a pit stop earlier. Jeff Kendrick is going to get this wave by. He's still looking to get back on the lead lap. He's still 4 laps down. He'll be 3 after the wave by. But Brian Dean, now your leader. Tim Shinosky had to come into the pit. Obviously, he had damage. He comes in, gets out, and he slots into second. Jeff Sharp in third. J.R. Shepard makes it back out after his fast repair, and he sits in fourth. Fifth going to be David Loomis, who obviously was in that also. But still, several cars on pit lane trying to recover from this, Dustin. Dawson.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a crash like that where, I mean, there were 8-10 cars out on track and every single one of them but Jeff Kendrick were involved in that wreck. That was really odd.
Yeah, well, we've seen some big wrecks over the years here in the Bootleg Racing League, but I don't know if we've ever seen a wreck that basically included the whole field minus one. And I got to tell you, Kendrick got to be feeling pretty lucky right now. He gets that wave around and his car in good shape. So maybe he'll get enough caution flags to get back on this lead lap. But here we go. The lights are finally out on the pace car. We still have several cars down on pit lane. So not a full field getting restarted here, but Brian Dean going to get him restarted. Tim Shinosky there on the top side where he was moving well. Shinosky looks to maybe make a move to the front here on this restart. Let's see how Brian Dean gets him restarted. The pace car going through its motions here off the track. Brian Dean a little slow to get started, but he gets on it there. J.R. Shepard almost gets into the back of Tim Shinosky on that restart. Jeff
Shinosky with a really slow start.
Yeah, a lot slower than I had thought he might get. I really thought he'd be shot out of a cannon and really fighting there with Brian Dean. But Dean doing a good job of keeping everybody at bay right now. Jeff Sharp fighting down on the bottom with J.R. Shepard. At third spot, still up for grabs. J.R. had him coming down the back straight, still has him through the middle of the turn. All right, give it to J.R. Shepard. Finally wrestles it away from Jeff Sharp. Brian Dean with a really, really good start here.
Yeah, looking like a single file throughout the entire field. Everybody's just going to take it easy now.
Lowell Joel back here fighting with Donnie Moore, trying to get back to the front. Those two have a long way to go. Had worked their way up to the front of the field and now find themselves behind.
Yeah, them and Mike Holloway are all fighting for that lucky dog spot. The first one out of them will get the lucky dog and go down to 2 laps down next caution.
Yeah, which is going to make it really hard for Jeff Kendrick to get back up through this field, but we'll see. Anything possible. Donnie Moore getting a run back here at Mike Holloway. On board with J.R. Shepard, still looking for the line. There's Donnie Moore now. Oh, David Loomis gets a piece of the wall. Donnie just being patient here. He's got cars all around him. Loomis, again, got to watch that 91. Already had a little contact with the wall. Loomis trying to survive there on the top. So far, so good. Donnie is digging here. Got nothing for him. There he goes to the inside now. Donnie a little loose off of 4 there, Dawson.
Yeah, just got to keep that car underneath him. He's going to be able to get under Loomis this time, but Loomis is going to use that high side momentum. Not going to be enough to hold off Moore as he's going to clear him.
Yeah, Loomis just kind of ran up the track there, got a little bit sloppy, and it was able to open the door for Donnie. Let's go back up to the lead. Brian Dean still holding off Tim Shinosky. But here comes J.R. Shepard. J.R. Shepard has found Tim's bumper. Now we got to get a 3-way battle here up front.
I've been watching him over the last couple laps. JR, he looks like he's just been content with riding behind Shinosky and Dean.
Well, right now, Tim has the fastest lap of the race. Sitting solid in second there. On board here with Brian Dean. Looking out back at that charge. There goes JR Shepherd looking to the bottom. Here in the middle of the turns 3 and 4. Wow, JR makes that stick. Yeah, it's going to show him in second that time by. Shinosky not giving up on that top line, though. Side by side out of 2. Shinosky keeps it off the wall. Solid run here by these two. Shinosky, though, can't stay with him through the turn. JR going to able to get under, take away that second spot. Brian Dean still leads this. Dean still really turning in some good laps here, Dawson.
Yeah, that little battle even helped him out and gave him a little extra boost to them two fighting. They were putting out a little worse lap times, able to get him about a 5/10 lead.
6 cars left on this lead lap. Brian Dean is the man right now. JR Shepherd chasing. Got nothing for him yet. Tim Shinosky has laid off just a bit. As I say that, he gets a run there in the middle of 2. A lot of cars still fighting to get back on the lead lap. And unfortunately, a lot of attrition this evening. We've got 4 cars that have gone behind the wall as a result of earlier incidents. Dustin Powers, Chip Dicker, Lucas Tinziano, and John Hine. All casualties from these races. Brian Dean's not one. He's leading this, and JR Shepherd is chasing. We don't see JR chasing a lot, but right now, he's chasing Brian Dean, the Midwest driver in command here at lap 70.
A little farther back, Donnie Moore looks like he was having a little bit of trouble with his car. Lowell Jewell was able to get underneath him, and David Loomis now looking to catch Moore. And Loomis hits the wall there on the front stretch.
Now, Donnie and Lowell and Donnie right now are fighting to for a position. It's Mike Holloway up in front of them that stands to get the wave around if we get another caution. He is the first car a lap down. So, good fight there between Lowell and Donnie, but they need to get up there and catch Mike so they can slot themselves in for a lucky dog. Closing laps of the race, though. This is that time when you see guys start to run and get away. Oh, down the backstretch for the lead. JR Shepherd looking to the inside at 3. Brian Dean trying to hold him off. Got some good grip. Got a good run there off of 4. Is it enough? Can he stay with him? Oh, I don't know. JR is really fighting hard down on the bottom. Oh, and Dean clips the wall there out of 2. Here comes Shinosky. He's sending it.
Side by side here, Shinosky gonna look to the inside. Ooh, gets some left side tires just onto that apron. I don't know if you saw Shepherd, but he was able to do that too. He just put it right on the bottom.
And remember, Tim Shinosky started at the back of this field tonight. Already a winner just by nature of being up here and avoiding all the carnage. Oh, Brian Dean, something happened. Car turned right up into the wall. Not sure here. We'll go on board with Dean, see if we can figure out what happened. But all of a sudden, it was right turn. Brian Dean was locked in on JR Shepherd. Oh, maybe the car got a little bit tight there on him in the turn, and he tried to correct, and it shot up the track and into the wall. Boy, poor Brian, all the way back to 4th. Loomis still got a little way to catch him.
Now, I know this is a fixed setup, so all of these guys are running basically the same car, but they are able to play with a brake bias, which pretty much adjusts how much brake goes to the rear of the car versus the front tires. And I wonder if maybe he had a little too much rear brake in the car and just it got it a little bit sideways to where he had to countersteer to save the car.
Very, very possible. Well, here's the battle we're left with, okay? We're left with J.R. Shepard and Tim Shinoski. You know what? That was a good pick. Tim's still running, still throwing down laps that are pretty much on par with what J.R. is turning right now. This could be a battle here really soon. Tim's going to have to get just a little bit faster to catch him. Both cars running a little bit different line. We have 20 laps to go. It's time to boogie, baby. You see that disco ball spinning and dropping down out of the sky now. J.R. Shepard looking to take this race. Battle for third place going, though. Jeff Sharp under attack from Brian Dean. Dean back on his horse, Dawson.
Yeah, Dean, he's showed pace, and I know he's faster than Sharp. He should be able to, if he can get a good run. Sharp, so far, able to hold him off. They're both kind of running that same line. Maybe Dean running a little higher in entry.
Yeah, I think Dean looks for a mistake right now. Oh, Loomis with trouble. I see Loomis is in the pit. Something happened with David there. It got him in the pit lane. That's going to allow Mike Holloway to pick up a position. Now old Jewel, Donnie Moore. We do have a replay of David Loomis. See what happened here. I had missed it. Did not see it. That's the 91, David Loomis, the New England driver. Getting through turn 2. Got loose off of turn 2. And oof, he hits that inside retaining wall. Hits it hard. I don't know if we'll see him back on track. It's his second pit stop. I'm going to assume he's used up that fast repair. Boy, Jeff Sharp still holding off Brian Dean, but just barely. It's a good battle going on between these two. This is a good battle for the podium. Dean, somewhat still a newcomer here in the Bootleg Racing League, would love to have a good showing and a podium finish. Up front, not much has changed. Now Tim Shinoski has reeled him in just a little bit more. Jeff Kendrick just up in front of Shepard now. This could be a problem. This could be good for Tim Shinoski. We'll see what kind of game Kendrick is going to play when JR gets to him. And right now, 13 laps to go, 12 to go here at the line. JR Shepard having to deal with this lap traffic. Kendrick going to move out of the way. Shinoski not able to get much there, not able to really pick up anything. Kendrick doing a good job of staying out of these two's race.
I keep watching this Sharp versus Dean battle, and it seems to be the same thing. Dean will gain a little bit, but then all of a sudden Sharp, he'll work his way back to get a little extra gap between them. So we see Dean getting a nice run there, but Sharp just getting a nice run out of these corners.
Yeah, and it looks like they'll catch Kendrick also. Now these two a lot closer together than our leaders were, so interested to see what kind of fight we're going to have on our hands here when they get to Kendrick. Up front, nothing has changed. J.R. Shepard still in command. Tim Shinoski still about the same distance behind him. JR just seems to be squeezing that throttle just enough to keep about a half-second distance. Kendrick giving on the radio, saying he's going to head to the top, ask those guys to go low. They do it. Kendrick out of the way. The battle continues here between Jeff Sharp and Brian Dean. Again, this is a big battle for our podium. It's a battle of basically New York versus the Midwest. Sharp, the New York driver, Brian Dean from the great Midwest.
He's doing a good job. He's just hanging on. See there, another big run coming into that corner. I don't know.
Kendrick back here talking everybody around. Mike Holloway just got around him. Now Lowell Jewell going to get down below Kendrick. Kendrick actually doing a really, really good job of working with these drivers. Man, that battle between Dean and Jeff Sharp just not going away. Dean now look, almost. I thought he had a wheel in there, not quite. He's going to lose a little bit of momentum because of that look. Rolled it all the way out to the wall. Tim Shinosky now up front. This is where we need to be. 4 laps left to go here. Shinosky has reeled in our leader. One last breath left in that SK Modified to Tim Shinosky. Does he have anything for him with 3 to go? We'll stay here with this battle to the end. J.R. Shepherd already locking up a championship, the 5th one for him. Can he add another win to the ledger here at New Smyrna? Oh, J.R. got a little wicket there off of 4. 2 to go. Tim Shinosky fighting hard. I don't know. He's going to have to take one last run at him here. He's only got 1 lap left to do it. There you go. J.R. Shepherd comes out of 4. The white flag is out here at New Smyrna Speedway. Tim Shinosky getting a run on him. Oh, and he slips a little bit there in the middle of the turn. That might have been it. That might all that J.R. Shepherd needs. JR going to roll it out of 4 here at New Smyrna. He comes down the front stretch and across the line. Your winner of the Outlaw 100 this evening in the final round here in the summer season, JR Shepherd. And those fireworks not only signify a win, but a championship, a record 5th championship for JR Shepherd. Tim Shinosky with a great run this evening comes all the way from the back of the field to finish on this podium. 3rd place going to go to Jeff Sharp. And folks, you just witnessed a pretty good race to the checkers there. I thought Shinosky might have had something for him there, but it didn't quite work out. J.R. Shepherd's going to win another race. While these fireworks blast off, we're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment here on the Global Sim Racing channel with the Bootleg Racing League. Welcome back to New Smyrna Speedway. The Outlaw 100 is in the books here in the Bootleg Racing League, right here on the Global Sim Racing channel on iRacing Live. I'm Sean Ambrose, and boy, that was a heck of a race. We saw the big one, the biggest one we've seen here in the Bootleg Racing League. Let's look at the results here this evening, though. J.R. Shepard grabs another win here in the Outlaw Modified Series. Tim Shinowski going to finish second. Both of those guys won races this evening. And boy, what a great night here at New Smyrna for them. Jeff Sharp finishes third. Brian Dean with quite a big run tonight. Fourth place for him. Matt Shinowski going to be fifth. Mike Holloway sixth. Lowell Jewell will finish seventh. Donnie Moore going to settle for eighth. Jeff Kendrick in ninth. David Loomis will finish 10th. Dawson.
Dustin Powers going to finish in 11th, then Chip Dickert in 12th. We saw him in that big wreck as well. Lucas Cinziano just had a rough night as a whole, and then John Hine, he was your pole sitter, but just had a couple issues there. He will finish in 14th.
All right, so I'll tell you what we're going to do here. We're gonna go a little bit in reverse here this evening. All right, we're going to talk to Jeff Sharp about his run first, and then we'll talk to Tim Shinowski, and then we can talk to our winner here at the end this evening. Let's bring Jeff in. Jeff, this is Sean. How you doing? What a run tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. That was a lot of fun.
Have you been involved in this bigger wreck here in the Bootleg Racing League since you started with us?
No, that was a big one.
That was crazy, man. Everybody flying all over the place.
I thought I was going to make it through, and then I got hit from behind, spun around.
Yeah, it just I think we said the only person not affected by that was Jeff Kendrick. He was all the way at the back, and he was actually able to stop in time and avoid that. But that led to a pretty wild race. You had a solid run. Talk about the fight you had going with Brian Dean, though.
That was a battle, man. He was clean though. He didn't force it in there, so it was that was real. I was sweating trying to hold him off.
Yeah, a little bit of sweat going there on the brow. Jeff, what part of New York are you from?
From the Albany area. Yep, but I've been in North Carolina now for 4 years.
Okay, so you're a transplant like myself. You part of the New York club, but you're living elsewhere now. Okay, all right. Yeah, and haven't thought about lobbying to maybe join that Carolina club?
Nah, the clubs don't do much for me anymore. I used to like it in the beginning, but they just don't support them anymore.
Gotcha. Well, what are your plans for next season?
Just keep going after it. Hopefully, won't miss too many races. That's my big downfall.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you feel like the wins are coming. You feel like you're getting better in the SK, and maybe there's a win on the horizon here?
If JR has trouble, maybe.
Well, hey, listen, Jeff, great run tonight. Great battle with Dean. Enjoyed watching it. Enjoyed watching you all season. You go off and have a good evening, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks to Lowell and everybody.
All right, and our thanks to Jeff Sharp for putting on a good show this evening. And, well, I'm going to let you talk to Tim Shinowski, and we'll bring him down. And Dawson, take it away.
All right, Tim, you kind of showed up to the party a little late, but at least you had to have a little bit of fun tonight. Finished in second place. How'd you feel?
It was a great race. Starting from the back, I knew it was going to be difficult. There's not a lot of grip out there tonight. It was a hot track, so it was difficult fighting the car and trying to pass people at the same time, but slowly but surely made my way up towards the front, and got a little lucky there on that caution. I had to take a fast repair, but I was still able to come out in second, and so that put me in a good position to, get a good finish. And that was fun. They were racing with Brian and JR. It was just a really fun race.
Oh, I know. We talked to JR before, and he was also talking about this track being a little bit warm, but he felt that you could use that high side to your advantage, maybe get a little extra grip. What did you find? What was your line tonight?
I think at times there was a little bit more grip on the high side. Not as much grip as we saw in the truck race and the street stock race earlier. But yeah, I could run up there for a little bit, but eventually my tires would get angry and I'd go back to the bottom, and I'd kind of alternate between the two lines. But towards the end, I think JR and I both were running sort of the middle line and diamonding it off on the bottom. That seemed to be the best way around. I tried to catch him, but just wasn't quite enough.
Tim, Sean here. Now, we didn't really touch on it during the broadcast. We didn't want to bring the room down, as they say, but noticed you had the TC13 on the rear of the car. And, well, for those that haven't heard yet, modified fans that might be watching, unfortunately, Ted Christopher lost his life this evening in a plane crash, making his way from Connecticut to Long Island, New York for tonight's Tour Modified race at Riverhead Raceway. I know I talked to you and Matt earlier. You guys had seen him race before at your local track there. Maybe talk about that for just a second.
Yeah, I was very shocked when I heard the news he had passed. Yeah, it was probably 11 or 12 years ago. Me and my brother saw him race at our local track at Jennerstown and saw him win a modified tour race. So, yeah, he was a great driver, won a lot of races, and it's just very, very surprising, very shocking.
Yeah, definitely one of the legendary wheelmen in the Northeast, and boy, he's going to be missed by many. Appreciate you taking the time, though, to put that tribute on the back of the car before we got started. I know you probably didn't have a lot of time to get that done.
Yeah, Matt kind of just put that on there at the last minute on both our cars, and yeah, just a tribute to a great racer.
Well, Tim, hey, thanks a lot. Next season on the horizon. Now, you and Matt, you should be freed up now to be back full-time, right?
Yeah, we both plan to be back full-time. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a great series. There's a lot of great drivers in here. Like Brian Dean tonight showed that he can keep it up front, so next season's, I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, don't give up on that Dustin Powers guy either. A little bad luck for him tonight, but I got a feeling about him. We'll see what the the man from Illinois can do going forward. Tim, thanks for your time, buddy. We're gonna let you go, and we'll catch you. We'll catch you next season, man.
Okay, thanks, Sean Dawson. We'll see you next season.
All right, and that is Tim Shinosky. Big run for him tonight, Dawson. Let's talk, though, to our winner, J.R. Shepard. J.R., another one in the win column for you, buddy. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. That was a little bit of a wild one tonight, for sure.
Yeah, J.R., you had to use your fast repair tonight, didn't you?
I did, and you couldn't have told me that you could go on your lid and still be able to run up front.
And you had fuel in the car. I know in the past we had an incident once several seasons ago where somebody got on their lid and apparently ran out of fuel even after the fast repair. So you didn't get bit by that bug. Thank you. It was a challenging race, though. Tim Shinosky, he tried. He made a run at you.
Yeah, Tim was running some great lap times. When I got a lead there, I was trying to be a little cautious and save as much tires as I could in case we got a late yellow. But there at the end, I just didn't have a whole lot of grip left, and he was definitely coming. So, given a few more laps, he may have gotten by me there.
Talk to us about the battle with Lowell Jewell. He was running kind of a line that made it tough for you to get any momentum at him.
Yeah, Lowell's a smart racer, especially at New Smyrna. This is definitely a track that he knows how to get around, and yeah, he was running a different line and going way high, and I just couldn't get a good angle or run on him off the corner. So he slipped up that one time, and I thought I was going to be able to clear him, and we got together on the back stretch there, and I think pretty much everybody got collected in it.
Yeah, that was. I said it during the broadcast. It was about a crazy crazy a wreck as we've seen in the Bootleg Racing League. And but hey, listen, another great win for you. Going to go ahead and bring Lowell Jewell in because, well, it's time for Lowell to present another championship, a record 5th championship to you here in the Outlaw Modified Series. Lowell, take it away, my friend.
Thanks, Sean. 7 wins, an average finish of 2nd. I don't know how any of us are supposed to beat that, but congratulations once again to J.R. Shepherd, our 2017 Season 3 Outlaw Modified Series champion. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, Lowell.
Insert fanfare and cheers here for the champ, still the champ, J.R. Shepherd. Congratulations, buddy. Lowell, you raced him like you didn't want to give anything away to him this evening.
And I'm really sorry, J.R. I was trying to be as wide as I could for as long as I could, and the wall reached out and grabbed me. I hated to see that. I tore up a lot of cars tonight, but it was a fun race. Fun racing with JR, even if you're in front of him holding your breath.
Holding your breath. JR, it's 5 championships. You going for another 5?
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't think I'd ever be able to win 1 or 2 racing with these guys in the Bootleg Racing League. It's such a great group of guys. There's a lot of talent here, and a lot of luck played into it. I believe Donnie still finished 2nd in the points tonight, but he had a great season and just had a couple of races that put him behind. I really wished we could have had it a little bit closer, but yeah, it's been a good season.
Lowell, that's not the only championship he took this evening. I believe he also comes home with a street stock and truck championship this evening.
Yes, he did. Like I said, it's just hard to compete.
What are we gonna do, Lowell? What's the plan? We gotta come up with a plan here. Wait penalty for Shepherd?
We don't need to do anything. I've been enjoying this. Lots of guys have really stepped it up over the last few seasons, and part of the blame goes to JR. It's been a lot of fun trying to keep up, and you can't argue with the racing. The racing in all 3 series it's been a blast.
Well, and you've got some new up and comers too, man, that have come in here. Guys like John Hine and Brian Dean and Dustin Powers, all look to be contenders here at some point. So nothing really safe here for JR going forward. But again, our congratulations to him. Lowell, a big night next Saturday night. You want to talk about that for just a second?
Yes, our 2nd annual champion shootout will be at Southern National, and we will be racing what are we racing? The super late model. That's it. I'll get it out here in a second. And it'll be broadcast, by the way, here on GSRC and iRacing Live. The event's a lot of fun. We do heat races and last chance qualifying, and all the guys have a chance to qualify into the race and race with our past champions, and we have like 7 or 8, I think. And
are we bringing anybody out of retirement to come race next Saturday night?
Not that I know of, but we still have a week.
All right. Well, that being said, JR, congratulations. Lowell, there's one more thing I want to get out of you. I know we have a huge announcement regarding Season 4, our fall season, and a sponsor on the series.
Yes, the Outlaws will be back on GSRC and iRacing Live, thanks to our new title sponsor, Christian Family Construction. We look forward to having them on board, and should be another fun season.
Yeah, and I was totally out of the loop on that. Joe had mentioned something to me a couple days ago, and I was like, really? Oh, Lowell didn't say anything to me. All right, well, congratulations. I know that's a big deal. Your previous sponsor was with us for quite some time, and nice to have Christian Family Construction on the series here for the fall. Lots else going on. I know you're going to be bringing back the Grand National Series That's coming back on October 20th, and you've got details on your website, bootlegracingleague.com. And that'll be on Friday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. You're going to run the Xfinity car, correct?
No, the
oh, my bad.
K&N.
Ah, the K&N, that's right. Okay, yes, the Grand National Series. Got it. All right, so that'll start October and run through March, right? That's going to be kind of a winter thing?
Yes, sir. And if it takes off and we have a lot of fun with it, we might just make a 4-season per year deal out of it.
All right, well, lots going on in the Bootleg Racing League. And again, best way to get a hold of them is at their website, bootlegracingleague.com. And they're also on Facebook. But Lowell, thanks again for contracting with us and putting on these great races every Saturday night. It's always a blast. And boy, we can't wait to get to that champion shootout next week. But until then, we'll let you guys get back to it again. JR, congratulations. You want to throw out any thanks to anybody real quick before we let you go, champ?
Yeah, hey, I want to give a shout out to everybody that was racing tonight. Tim Shinosky and Jeff Sharp did a great job coming home on the podium. And like you said, great guys like Brian Dean. He ran a heck of a race tonight and shown that he's got speed moving forward. So it'll be fun in the next couple of seasons for sure.
All right, and Lowell, as we get ready to head on out of here, any final closing thoughts here going forward?
Just thanks to everybody for racing every week, and it's a lot of fun. Thanks to GSRC for continuing to do what they do, what you guys do. And just real quick, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody on Long Island tonight. I hate to hear things like that happen, but we'll move on and have some fun racing.
Yes, sir, we will. We lost a great racer this evening, and boy, this racing community, always kind of seems to come together when we have these types of tragedies. But Lowell, thanks for your comments, sir, and we will see you next week at the shootout, sir.
All right, thanks, Sean. Dawson.
All right, Dawson, that was Lowell Jewell. Any final thoughts from you as we wrap up here at New Smyrna Speedway?
Well, this was a fun season. I thank you guys and the Bootleg Racing League for having us come here and do this. It was a lot of fun. It was a great season. Can't wait to look forward to Season 4. That should be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys tune in every Saturday night.
All right, Dawson, and we want to thank the Bootleg Racing League for organizing the Outlaw Modified Series and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. For more series information about the Bootleg Racing League, as I mentioned before, you can go to their website, bootlegracingleague.com, or on Facebook, just type in Bootleg Racing League. You'll find them there, Dawson. Join us next week for the second annual Champion Shootout. Be there with us at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, September 23rd, for this special event. For information about that and other things concerning GSRC, your best bet is globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at Global Sim Racing Channel. Just type that in, all one word. You'll find us, I promise. Thanks to the companies, equipment, and software that you see on the screen now and that we use on our broadcast every time you see us. The original music you've heard today on this broadcast is thanks to Erica Coleman and Casey Lalonde. See the screen for how to contact each of them. Finally, on behalf of my partner this evening, Dawson Brock, our great director Joe Peak, and our camera artist Dougie Beard, who is safe and sound down there in Florida. I've communicated with him this week. He's doing well. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, but for now, it's time to put a lock on the gate. We're going to go have fun storming the castle for soup. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and I'll see you on the track.